Hey guys, welcome to part 15 of Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver. In the last part we got to Cinnawood Island, or Cinnawood City, or the town, or that's on an island, whatever. And we started the 5th gym, and I lost. And instead, I was a man, alright? I was like, you know what, I lost and that's okay. Sometimes you fail in life, but you gotta keep going, and if you want to be a Pokemon master, you can't just take it. So yes, this is the big rematch. Me and Chuck, 1v1. Obviously 1v1, I mean, you know. So yeah, this is, it seems like every Pokemon game I LP, there's always one like this. Or I remember playing the 3rd gen, and there's always an incredibly long gym battle. And I already showed you the failed attempt, so this gym battle goes on for pretty much the whole part. Yeah, that's right, 1610. You're looking at that time right, this goes on for the whole part. It's just this battle pretty much. This was a rough one, because of course I couldn't take on his Pokemon with pure strength. Hawkins is super effective. I don't have any psychic types. Hawkins is a flying type and is super effective, but as we saw in my first attempt, Hawkins just died. Hawkins just can't take the hits and doesn't have a strong enough flying attack to actually take these things down. It's not going to have a strong enough flying attack until it learns fly. So instead what I did, I knew what Pokemon he now had. So I sent out E-Rock, because out of everyone, E-Rock could take the hits the best. Of course, when it came to the Poliwrath, whenever Poliwrath would use his water attack, then I would be a bit screwed. But I thought for against this Primeape, I'll just send out E-Rock, and my plan was to use Defense Curl until E-Rock was just a tank that could just take these guys' horrendous hits. Because Primeape just has such strong attack, and it's level 29, and Poliwrath is level 31 or something, and just has really high attack that I need to somehow be able to take these hits, because I have nothing that can do a lot of damage to them, because they're a lot higher level. So actually my plan was that if I lost this battle, spoiler I don't, I was going to go train. That would be my only option, because my Pokemon just need to be a higher level. Or if I lost this battle, if it wasn't due to just being slightly unlucky, it would have just been like, oh okay, I need to have higher level Pokemon here, or maybe get it so Hawkins has a better flying attack, try and sort that out. Luckily for me, I didn't lose, so I didn't have to waste my time surfing and messing around with that. And this beginning of the battle took a while, because every time I used Defense Curl, Primeape used Double Team, which now means that it used it like 5-6 times, I believe, because I used Defense Curl 5-6 times, which now means it just avoids everything. I have managed to hit it once, and overall I got kinda lucky with how many times I hit Primeape, considering that it used so many double teams. Because the reason why it uses double teams so much is because it has an attack called Focus Punch. Now what that means is that if, I think it always goes second, I want to say. Yes, it always goes second, because it tightens its focus to begin with, and if you don't hit it, it loses its focus, like there, and it doesn't hit you. However, if you don't manage to land a hit on the Pokemon, or don't do anything to it, it will just use Focus Punch and hit you like there. I missed my attack, so it used Focus Punch, got a good hit in, and it's stupidly powerful, this attack. This is the attack that's really going to mess you up. And the fact that this gym leader Chuck has a Primeape that has Double Team is just so harsh. It's just such a hard, like, this gym leader has a really good tactic for taking you down and for messing you up. It just avoids attacks and then hits you with Focus Punch, which the only reason why it's as powerful as it is because it gets, it can't, Primeape can't do it if I hit him. And once again I used a potion, so he got another Focus Punch in, which took me down to about half health. I'm just running on empty at this point. I couldn't trade in E-Rock, and I just couldn't trade out E-Rock because E-Rock had used so many defense curls, and I got really lucky there with magnitude 9, and I got really lucky that I actually hit Primeape, so that's the first Pokemon down. That was pretty much the only strategy I could come up with, and I knew if that E-Rock went down against Primeape, because there was no way I was going to switch E-Rock out, I would have lost. So yes, I had to use some items, but it was pretty much the only way I was going to ever do this battle. So that's one Pokemon down. That's one. That was relatively short compared to this battle. So of course Poliwrath was just going to use Surf to take out E-Rock. I wasn't really expecting anything else. So I sent out the Fluff because it has the ability Static, which means that if it hits me physically like it just did now, the bloody idiot, it's going to get paralysed. Because that's something I actually learnt from the last battle. Because in the last battle I used Thunder Wave. But obviously it was completely pointless because Poliwrath for some reason really likes to body slam the Fluff. So yeah. So it's just going to get paralysed anyway. So now it's paralysed for the rest of the battle. And my plan was here that the Fluff couldn't really do anything to it. Even though Poliwrath is a water type and the Fluff is electric, there really was little it could do in terms of using Thundershock. Thundershock does a lot less than you would think. So I had to follow my backup plan of just using Growl. Because once again, switching out the Fluff would take out a turn. Or take up a turn that I really crucially need against this thing. So I just let the Fluff stay out and kept using Growl to lower its attack, which in retrospect was really good and really did help me out in the long run, I guess. But I mean, it still has really high attack. But the main point of having the Fluff out was to paralyze it, so I managed to do that. And then I wasn't too sure what to do next, so I thought, well, this is his only Pokemon, so I'm going to have to lower as many stats as I physically can against this thing, so I can actually take it out. So I sent out Mega Dude, started using Tail Whip, used a couple of those. I think I only used 2. I really should have used more, because Focus Punch did a lot less than I thought it would, and this the Paralyzation really did come in handy. But then I made a stupid move. Did you see? I used Surf. What was I thinking with the Surf? Of course I knew. I already lost this battle. Yeah, that was really dumb. I should have used another Tail Whip. Because really I'm just wearing him down with Tail Whip so I can use Rollout and have it be really good. Because there's very little this Poliwrath can do to Mega Dude. Because Mega Dude is high defense and is a water type. So Surf does not much to it. And really, the Poliwrath should just be using Body Slam. Because it got a critical hit. I think Body Slam has a higher a high critical rate ratio, but that's really annoying. I really would have liked to get another rollout in there. So Poliwrath has not taken much damage, not at all. So now I knew that there was no way that I could have York be my final Pokemon here, because York, yeah, Poliwrath has Surf, and there's no way a level 25 York, can't remember the name of the Pokemon, is going to be able to take that Surf, and I was right, and it died. So now it's down to Hawkins, and that's it. I was very worried at this point. So I managed to hit it with a smoke screen. Again, I need to lower its stats. I have no real good attacks against this thing. There's nothing I can really hit it with that's going to do a lot of damage. So I was just going for the lowering its stats. So it's already been hit by 3 growls, so these attacks shouldn't be doing that much. Unfortunately for me, Surf does that much. That's crazy. It's bananas. It's not right. That's not right. It's not the way it should go. I kept using Quick Attack because Twister just does. Twister is not a good attack. Spoiler alert for the later parts, but I get rid of Twister. Actually, I think it happens this part. I get rid of that terrible attack. I only taught it to Hawkins because it was a Dragon type move, and I thought, oh, a Dragon type move this early in the game. That's pretty nice. So yeah, so unfortunately Poliwrath got a hypnosis in, which meant there's no point in using an attack once you've been put to sleep, because you either should use an item to wake up your Pokemon, or you use an item to heal one of your Pokemon. So I took the chance to heal up Mega Dude, because Mega Dude is the one that could take the hits off Poliwrath. And also Mega Dude would be able to use Tail Whip against it to lower its defense. So once again I thought, well, I need to have a backup, so I'll heal up Mega Dude. Because honestly I expected Hawkins to die. Or to be already dead, I should say. But Hawkins is still asleep, so it missed me, or it was paralysed. And Hawkins is still asleep, still in there, so There we go, get hit by the focus punch, which... yeah! I think Surf in this game is actually a special attack, which is why it did so much damage to me before. But because of all those growls, Focus Punch, its best attack, couldn't take down an injured Pidgeotto at level 25. So that really does show that all those growls I hit it with earlier on were definitely a very good idea. And then I was like, well, Hawkins at this point only has 1 HP. So there's no point in healing it up because I only have potions, and if I healed it with a potion, even its weakest attack, Focus Punch, I think, maybe Body Slam, would still kill me. So I thought I might as well just keep hitting it with sand attacks, just making sure, just trying to keep Hawkins in the game, because the more damage I can do to this thing as Hawkins, the easier time Megadude's going to have, because Poliwrath could probably still do some decent damage to Megadude when it came out. So it was looking pretty good for me up to this point. Yeah, I kind of knew this was coming. It's one of the main reasons why I, as the fluff, didn't go for Thunder Shock, because even if it did do a large chunk of damage, which it wouldn't have done, Chuck still had his Hyper Potions. I believe he has another one. I believe he has 2. So even if I did lower his health down, that doesn't matter. In the overall battle, because this is a long gym battle, this isn't a short one, this isn't a couple of hits and you're out there, this is a long one. You got to think strategy when it comes to a long gym battle like this. Yeah, so I thought it would just make more sense with the fluff to use Growl, and it really did come in useful because it kept Hawkins alive just. I think I got a bit lucky there. But Quick Attack is actually doing more than it probably should, and of course that's because of the tail whips. But yeah, it came to this point where Hawkins was asleep, Poliwrath was paralysed, so sometimes it didn't attack. I hit it with a smoke screen and a couple of sand attacks, so it had a very hard time hitting me. I don't think Focus Punch has 100% accuracy as it is, and also when I hit him with a Quick Attack when it uses Focus Punch, because my attack isn't, or my accuracy isn't lowered, when I hit it with Quick Attack, it couldn't hit me with Focus Punch. But he kept using Focus Punch. If it just used Surf, like if this gym leader just kept using Surf against me and stopped messing around with Focus Punch, it would have won. It's quite ironic that this gym leader had really good tactics when it came to Primeape, but when it came to this Poliwrath, it doesn't change its tactics, which I'm grateful for. Like if a human player was playing as Poliwrath, they would have won. Although I think that's the whole point in the majority of the gyms, that if a human, that it's the AI being, that it's you being smarter than the AI, which means you win, or it's just brute force because you over leveled. It's either one of those two why you win. And unfortunately Hawkins, it was in there for so much longer than I thought it would be. You know, so much longer. It managed to take a lot of hits. So now I had Megadude out. I was like, right, it's game over. It's game over for this guy. So I was going to go for the tail whip, but then I thought, well, it's weak enough where I can just hit it, even though rollout does very small amount of damage. Because I don't think I've explained, but rollout is actually an amazing attack, especially with Megadude. Because rollout does a tiny bit of damage, and then it keeps using rollout, and it increases the amount of damage it does each time for 5 turns. So as you can see, this is now the 3rd turn. I hit it with a rollout. It's not very effective, but it goes down. I love that attack rollout. I never liked rollout when I played this game originally, but rollout on Megadude, or with a Pokemon that is highly defensive, like Erock, that's why Erock has rollout, is amazing. Because you can take a couple of hits and use the first 2 rollouts, and then once you get to the 3rd rollout, you're going to do so much damage with it. So yeah, that's how I won. Used one too many, or I used quite a few items, although I honestly didn't stock up on items before this battle. I stocked up on repels back in the other city, Overline City, but I didn't stock up on potions. That probably would have been really helpful if I did, but whatever, you know. If I had some hyper potions, that would have been so nice. But yeah, I won. Oh god, that was definitely a hard battle, but yeah, pretty much came down to tactics. And yeah, once again we get another HM that's really easy to get. This woman just gives it to you. And yeah, you can just straight away fly, because you had to beat that gym leader to get fly. So yeah, it's one of those things where you go all the way out of your way to go to this island, but then the game's like, oh, here's a shortcut to go back. It's kind of like Metroid Prime or any of the Metroid games, you know. Once you get to a place, they just throw you a shortcut to get back. Which is pretty nice, and they do it in the later games, but I'm just so happy that Hawkins now has a good flying attack. It's been a long time coming, and Fly is definitely like the best one. And it means that Hawkins is now pretty useful. So I can actually use it and get rid of stupid Twister. God, Twister's awful. Sand Attack is always good. A lot of people will get rid of Sand Attack. Wait, hold on. I didn't just do that, did I? What? What was past me thinking? I thought I got rid of Twister. This is so weird. I'm so adamant that I do get rid of Twister at some point, ladies and gentlemen. I just hate that attack. It's terrible. But yes, here's the, as you can see, there's the world map and all that kind of stuff. So next time in Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver, now that we have the secret medicine and we can fly, which is always nice, we will try and do the 6th gym leader. So I've been on Storm 23. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.